I like that. That's a bar, my nigga.
This nigga, man, relax,
It's,
guys. All
it's
right,
a bar.
we're gonna
And
start
you,
this.
if
Ooh,
I mean,
Yes.
the color
I
page
got
looking mad
bars.
drippy.
Yes, sir.
We got a drippy color page of Mina and a chapter titled Red Riot. See, somebody said Jose didn't deserve this chapter or something like that on Twitter. So I already knew Red Riot was going to show up big, but the fact that it's named Red Riot is all you
Yeah, I
need.
told you in for a treat. Well, let's,
Let's see.
let's get it.
Shit's burning down. Everyone hanging in there. The fire's spreading so fast. That guy didn't hold anything back. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Kaminari, I'm so sorry. You okay? I mean, you're not, but still, lap pillow. Oh my God.
He's so
We were
funny.
literally blown away before the fire could trap us, but some of them are still in there. Ooh. I was right. Kaminari is not looking too good. Acid Man. No fires touching me through this sticky armor. I can push forward, and since I can, that means I gotta. Yo, that close up too, like the Mount Lady. That man, that's got to be terrifying. Jumping into the jaws of some nigga.
A fucking Godzilla, literally.
Yeah, the fear keeping me in place. Midnight's still alive, right? I gotta melt it away. Nap time. The shortest route to master. Stopping to deal with gnats is too much of a detour. Made the wrong choice. Shortest route means keeping gnats from getting up again. Oh boy. All for my vaster. That voice. Too scary. Hey, look at Horikoshi finally letting the fans know that they knew what they were talking about. And the season 4 anime just, oh no, she fumbled the bag.
Yes, but that panel's so clean though.
You're
She fumbled the bag. And she would like Horikoshi converted her back into that 8th grade uniform for the fumble too. How you gonna
got
go?
it.
How you gonna snap this artistically on giving the character an L? Like that's me.
But you know what? We gonna talk about Horikoshi's biggest flex: substance over flair. And
No,
height.
for real.
We gonna talk about that later though. So let's get to it.
And then, hey, it's like a callback to the overhaul arc where he tried to push Eraser out the way, and then it ended up being what's his name that did it, Fat Gun. But he's doing this in Unbreakable, finally moving against Makia. See, man, time to move. Can you stand up? He's got her. Mudman sinking the flames to put him out. But Tetsu Kirishima, that punk. Unlike me, he doesn't burn, but it's probably still hot for him. He was faster than me, and he dove right into that hell. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, he can somewhat endure the flames. All right.
Also, keep in mind this is an Unbreakable, and this man just went through a palm strike from Gigantomachia.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yes.
like. The Nats are down. Hold tight, comrades. Red Riot. And no one is behind me is gonna bleed. What the hell? Yo, this man is climbing Mount Gagato. Are you
Yes,
serious?
bro. That nigga went crazy.
Look said, I am Red Riot, and no one behind me is gonna bleed, and literally just sank his fingers into that. I've been waiting to see him use his hands as claws more anyway. But this is like a pragmatic approach to him using his hands as claws. I didn't know. Okay, Hori, way to go.
I'd also like to keep in mind you could still see the scratch marks on Unbreakable, so the palm strike did do some damage.
Yeah. Toga's throwing the knife, cuts through the sedative. All right, that was my dose. Ashido, your chivalrous spirit is in good hands. Yo! Beamed him, explosions. Hey, Momo loaded up a full artillery. And Tokage's got, all right. Everybody successfully administered their dose. Kirishima really did it. The more he moves around, the faster the drug should work. Majestic. I understood. I had high hopes for you, Momo, and you didn't disappoint. Come on, everyone. Those trainees have done more than enough for one day. All right, so yeah, that is majestic.
Yes,
Let's see,
sir.
because I remember we were talking about like, all right, is that one majestic or not? Like way back in the day. Let's see, we got Gang Orca, we got Fat Gum, Sun Eater, and then somebody who looks like they're affiliated with Shiketsu.
Yeah, we got that dude. We got Inasa's mentor. And
Yeah.
and the old girl down at the bottom she's Kendo's master. But when they were all doing the internship, she's Kendo's.
Okay. So yeah, we got a good number of people. We see that. All right, we finally get to proof that Gangorka ain't like dead or out of it, which is crazy because that means we get proof of Gangorka being okay before anybody else. So that I don't know that some of those other characters I really am writing off more and more as dead every day.
We really gonna forget the fact that Midnight got jumped by like 12 different people?
That's why I'm like, yeah, like I think this is just him like further cementing that she's probably dead. Tomura Shigaraki. What? This is where we gonna finish, man.
Right? That's what I said, bro. I was bad
Man. Gather up all the power you like, but without ideals, your hollow destruction will never bring us down. Oh man, he's breathing heavy. You heroes hurt your own families just to help complete strangers. Dad told me that. You want ideals? I have it. No, I had it. Yo. And now, oh fuck! Now we actually get into the conversation between Endeavor and Shigaraki. Like these characters actually discussing the oh shit.
I
You,
heard some.
you see how his eye is peering through his like Corey drew his eye peering through his like hair, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like he's like this set up a like first off, Gyantamaki, whether or not he actually starts to fall asleep or not is whatever. At this point, because now just what's happening here, we gotta man look.
Just that.
This is because the thing about this is that one, like just the stuff that they had with students, like the payoff was good. Mina being able to move back then, but like back then she just tricked him, right? So this time she actually had to like confront him and like wasn't completely ready for that. Whereas Kirishima, who had done the work study, who had to fight like Rappa. So yeah, like even in their internship, they've had different things, but Kirishima's already almost died and already had to carry the shame of not moving back then. So it's like to see all that build up to this moment in his character arc is pretty clean.
Also, one thing I like about this chapter is that it just pushes my Mina top 3 agenda. Let's go.
Mina top 3?
Yeah.
Like in the class or of the girls?
Class.
Yeah, because on fact, think about it, Aniki. Every time we put Todoroki in a fight, almost anybody can get past his ice or bull throws. Like a bunch of people can just literally just shatter that shit.
I mean, Aizawa just jumped past him.
But his clear thing was everybody jumps to is that, well, ain't nobody getting through that fire, right? Even with Tokiyami and everybody else, like, well, how you gonna get through that fire? So Mina just proved that she can hold through flames.
And ice is melted by acid.
Yeah, and with her hand to hand, Todoroki still ain't ready for those hands. Like he might have some new moves and more capabilities with his fire, but he still ain't ready for those hands. Bro.
This man got one flash fire move, like I think it's Jet Burn, and it's still nowhere near as good as Endeavor's.
Man.
So Mina top 3, Shoto is now like number 4 on my list, and that's facts.
So the thing about Shoto is that like you can put him as number 3, but then the gap in like technical skill between his 3 and everybody else just isn't high enough in his favor, or it's in like to his detriment, where Shoto is like the shakiest, 3rd strongest character like in a group that I've seen in a story in a while. Because like with Bakugo, you're like because like with Bakugo and Deku, they don't have the mental weaknesses, right? So it's like you don't sit there and go, oh, Deku and Bakugo because of X, Y, and Z are gonna fuck up and do this. Like no, like with both of those characters, you're like they're gonna use their abilities correctly. With Shoto, it's like he might do it right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's even it's already a toss if he's gonna even do it right, even in a bloodlusted scenario. So like,
all I gotta say is this man has no hands, and almost every time someone gets past his, these unstoppable defenses of his.
Mm-hmm.
So, and think about it this way. Mina, if she chooses to, any attack can become lethal. An acid ball, an acid stream, acid
Hold on.
man that can be ejected.
Hold on. Yeah, but hold on. It's been a long time. Let's welcome that brother Flo up in this motherfucker.
Hey, we got Flo.
Yeah.
Missed you, brother.
What's good, boy?
Hey.
Good. How you feeling, man?
I'm all right. This has been getting through day after day.
That's all you can do, man, because that Gatling gun out.
Yeah, bro. Like you've been going through it. Which,
hey, man, I want y'all to send y'all good energy and good positive energy and love. Flow away, man, because he been going through it. My brother's strong, man. Real talk.
Thank you.
Hey, and you made it live. Welcome.
Sending vibes your way.
Also, people have mentioned the original name Alien Queen. I just want to point out that if you play Skyrim, the Dragonborn DLC, one of the quests basically has you fighting all these monsters looking like alien. So that's something that I discovered this past weekend because I still play Skyrim in 2020.
Oh, you one of those? You one of those niggas?
Huh.
Still playing Skyrim in 2020. Okay.
Skyrim came out in 2013.
Skyrim came out in 2011, November of 2011. I know that because I graduated high school in 2011, so it was like the.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm old. I keep telling y'all.
I keep forgetting that shit, bro.
Like,
you know what's not old? You know it's not old, too old?
This chapter.
This Chinese food. Well, you're right. They ain't gonna never get old. this Chinese food busting right now. I ain't gonna hold it.
See, but I need to know what Majestic's quirk is now because it looks like they're all on Magic Sonic rings or some shit.
Bro, and he holding like 6 niggas.
He's carrying a whole platoon with him. So I'm like, what is? And then Midnight suggested his quirk might have been useful for stopping Gigantomachia, but then Machia was probably too big. So like, what was?
I view it as how especially I don't know who been reading the latest. I know you and Squid have been reading the latest Vigilantes, but the way Koichi has been evolving, I view it like that. The multi-versatility in his shit.
Yeah.
Because it's used for fucking transportation. It can be used for obviously it can be used for attacks. I'm pretty sure you can be used for suppression. I'm pretty sure I bet it's like one of those most versatile shits. And you know what's funny, Aniki? And when we had a stream earlier when all the kids that the last chapter of the year, and everybody had they heroes with their rankings and the numbers. I think it was you or somebody else that was like, damn, how they gonna do my girl Momo like that? She ain't even got a ranked hero. Her hero ain't even ranked, but you remember to have manual on them ranked?
Yeah.
So looking back now, Majestic one of the most plush ass niggas. We don't even know his rank. That shit was kind of funny to me.
Yeah, like
for all you know,
also,
manual 222 best hero is pretty raw.
That sedative definitely failed. And remember how people were asking if the second AFO user might have been the bodyguard that AFO had with the visor?
Yeah.
I mean, what if that dude is Machia? Because like you look at this dude and he's got like Machia in one of the last shots when he says so many gnats, he's got this random shit just forming on his face that looks like a visor, and his fangs are elongating.
Well, since we know the timeline, that adds up because we know off one's at least 200. We know Ujiko about 170, right?
Yeah, something like that.
And then off of one was like in his 30s, the 40s when shit started taking over easily. And then that other dude, the other dude had a bodyguard for a good minute. And he came like, I guess, a couple of months to a year after off one started taking over. Because when they had the combo, he was like, I become quite a celebrity. I do need my own protection now.
Yeah. And then like if he's been riding that long, that would explain like his obsessive loyalty too.
We're on break next week.
Yeah.
I think all of Jump is on break.
There's a holiday.
Oh shit. Oh.
And you know what? They need it. 2020's been a mad bum this year.
Nah, bro. They need to bring this shit back.
On this cliffhanger, we finna have a dialogue.
Exactly. Like I don't know.
These niggas said they coming to the red table talk.
This nigga said magic cock rings. Like, slow down. It ain't
Whoa,
that wild.
Oh,
That's not
what?
his quirk. Like, they be fucking
Maybe
over the villains, but not like that. Like,
Since Stockholm is on there, that reminds me, what do you guys think Tokuyami is at this point?
Tokoyami gonna come back to the weirdest like situation. Homie's gonna be like, all right, I got Hawk safe. She's gonna come back like by the base and be like, what happened?
Like, a lot of kids missing because I want to know where Tokuyami and Ida and Shoto are.
Yeah, Ida, Shoto, Uraraka, Sue. Like, we still need to we need to cut away to them and what they doing.
Well,
to be honest,
the biggest. Oh, you got it. You got it.
Okay, to be honest, I got Nighttime Tokoyami in my top 2.
Rightfully so.
In the class?
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully so.
In the class or like all time?
In class, I got him in class because think about it. When he's in that state, he is arguably the strongest student. He's extremely versatile, and he has multiple defensive options on top of an immensely fast, basically semi-permeable shield.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it does make sense. Like he goes. It's outrageous when he's that strong. He clashed with what's his name?
Yeah, Udeshra.
Yeah, and you could tell by the artwork that he was at least at 80%, and even before his prosthetics broke, he was still pushing him back. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, Dark Shadow gets more emboldened when he's angered. So, and Dark Shadow isn't even really angry at that point. So, add in an even darker environment. Add in just sheer rage, and he can get even stronger. And who even has a feat coming remotely close to being able to be relative to the strength of 80% Redestro, which one stress bomb could devastate a city block, multiple city blocks. Now that is brazy.
Hold up. Sorry, I started reading the Jujutsu Kaisen chapter for this week. This shit is nutty.
Ooh, I'm glad you told me because the way they ended up off, because the way I won't spoil it if anybody not caught up, but the way who was like he said that person's name, I'm like pause, and this nigga know that nigga. Who is that nigga? I'm like, what the
fuck? Dog.
Yo, dude, you know what's funnier? In Vigilantes 6 got done by friendly fire.
Bro, okay. No, Vigilantes this week. Okay, first off, this Jujutsu Kaisen chapter is raw as fuck. Like, I'm glad.
Yeah.
But
yeah, boy. Yeah.
But Vigilantes, like the way he got done, no, 6 deserved it. Like, fuck that shit. Like, fuck 6. Like, after the way he did Compass, like the way he was doing, like
fuck
pop
that
step,
nigga, bro.
like, and then for him to incidentally get folded, like while Endeavor is trying to catch Koichi, 6 is the one who gets folded in the process. I love it. Like, no, Kaisen, yes, brazy. Like, and I'm glad we finally get some more explanation on how Megumi's technique works, because bro.
You gotta add an extra emphasis on the B. Brazy.
I just finished my reread on Kaizen. My reread. I had to bump the series up after that.
But yeah, all right, no, but like, yes, I might have let myself get sidetracked with that Jujutsu Kaisen chapter real quick, because like I was excited for it. But the main things that we got to take away from this though is like, one, like characters like Yanagi, like the people who got blown are actually safer than the people who didn't, because like Sarah and them ended up all the way back there. The only reason Kaminari's heavily damaged is because he got hit with the fastball special.
2 piece and a soda.
So like, it's a matter of time for Kaminari, not necessarily, maybe not Kaminari, but like Emily, like those heroes come back into the fray. And I think that's when we're gonna get Tokoyami back. It's like when like the girls that are in Class B that are further back, the people who were thrown away, Sarah, when they move in, that's probably when we see Tokoyami again. That being said, I still don't think Makia is getting stuck here, especially since it looks like he's transforming. And it looks like he's about to transform into something like higher than we've ever seen from him with that.
This man better grow like laser wings.
If he grows wings, like, see, the thing is, he's also going to get taller, which means the sedative calculation is going to not be.
Oh yeah,
enough.
I think he's gotten like much bigger than Mount Lady at this point.
Well,
I
he
mean,
was already.
they said his shit converts and it grows, so he grows in size, essentially.
Yeah.
So if he
like,
grows larger, then potentially, because sedatives rely on height and weight.
yeah,
And when one of those variables are fluctuating, then especially when you're talking about higher weight, higher heights, then the sedative's effectiveness, how potentially harmful it can be, it's changed. That's why, for example, when you hear of, for example, like a death by ketamine, it's
mhm.
normally because they did a dosage that was much larger than the person's appropriate size.
Yeah. So the fact that he's growing automatically is going to reduce the effectiveness of the, and that's why it's like that's already the only good strategy against Makia isn't even a strategy that works.
Yeah, but when we talk about how my man's got a
mafioso,
sliding chin.
You see this mafioso talking about about this fucking scientific way to kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I gotta be good at my job. So
Star can't stop exposing himself. Moving on.
Okay.
So what you were finna say?
But yeah, so crap. Hold on.
Oh well, what you about to say?
But so my question is, how do you guys think the League of Villains is gonna are they just gonna keep chilling? Because they don't have to do anything here. Makia keeps scaling up, and the way he just casually tossed Mount Lady should let you know that because this was even more disrespectful than last time.
I mean, what Maki is doing is that Maki has been kind of distracted this whole time. His focus hasn't even been on fighting them, right? So even when Mount Lady was on him, he didn't care about Mount Lady. He was like, no, let me just go to the master. I don't care, right?
I like how he just refers to them as flies.
Yeah, as soon as Maki would be like, all right, let me take care of these guys first, that's when they have a problem.
Man starts blowing extra gusts of wind.
Because that's what I'm saying. It's like it's okay. It's like I don't know, everybody that's watching this shit, y'all have played a fighting game in your life. I don't give a fuck. You played a fighting game in your life, right?
Yeah.
If I'm trying to do a special move on you throughout the entire time, I can be better than you, but if I'm trying to pull one special move and get you in one spot and do one thing, then you can ultimately beat me because you're focused on overall doing anything it takes to win. If I'm focused on one move, then I'm limited to myself. It's just like how all the kids have to grow through their limitations. Like Toro can only use his side. He can't use his max power because he's limiting himself by just trying to do one thing instead of using all the tools at his disposal. So Maki was limiting himself by only just trying to master, fuck, won't fly. Master, won't fly. Master. And he getting dropped. Master. But now he's like, all right, you know what? See how he did it from the jump, punched a hole through Mount Lady, and blew everybody away with his fucking dragon, bro. These niggas would not be here right now. But
also, this makes Makia smarter than we gave him credit for. He always seemed like a really dumb person, but he's literally thinking it through. So.
One thing I like about Giganto Makia is, unlike Kaido, he is actually portrayed as being unstoppable in the story.
That's fired. Oh, that's very true.
Because I be seeing, I don't want to cut out the One Piece, but they be sometimes I be peeping, seeing stuff, and they be making Kaido look kind of goofy.
One Piece let 9 niggas stab Kaido in one chapter. 9 niggas stabbed him in one chapter.
I understand he can't die or whatever. He supposed to be indestructible, but I'm like, all right, bro. I'm pretty sure Shanks won't let nobody 9 niggas stab his ass, or he wouldn't be getting goofy that. So
I'm just it's just the moment they let 9 people do it, I'm like, that you undercut the whole point. You're supposed to make him this untouchable god, and it's supposed to be all like terrifying and but like 9 niggas stabbed him. Now it don't matter who do it. Like,
I mean, you could even have Momo join in on the action.
like yeah, like anybody, like you just got to hit a certain level and you can stab Kaido. Like, all right, cool.
You know what? Speaking of Momo, let's just go ahead and give a round of applause and take into account my girl within a span of no more than 3 minutes dropped over five dynamite bombs over like 10 fucking containers of undiluted anesthesia.
Bro, she dropped a bunch.
And she summoned modern artillery.
Bro, did she summon 3 artillery cannons, and then she had a fireproof coat and dropped one for fucking Hakagure and Jiro in like less than 3 minutes, bro.
Like, I don't know how much food she's been eating. I don't know what's going on with this, but like
she must have been having she must have been having like some fried butter that day.
Bro, she was down. She was eating down south, boy. She eating down south, boy.
She went down deep country.
yeah, boy. She got hit with that, boy. She throw that in there, boy.
Nah, she had some twice fried butter. Like, goddamn.
She had the fried butter deep fried in butter.
Like,
she has some collard green cornbread, put a ham on the plate, boy. Mac and cheese.
And the thing is that like you're right. If we look at her eyes, we can see she's straining because somebody mentioned that in the chat. But the thing is that she could also just be like sweating and like hot because there's
like thousands of degrees. It's like thousands of degrees in that current area she's in. Well, okay, let's say she's not even in the fire. The amount of heat just being exposed in that one area is far beyond like human pain tolerance.
Yeah, like Tokiyami because Tokiyami and Hawks were like fucking dodging that shit, and they were like, "Fuck, this shit hot as hell, nigga." Imagine being, and that was like in confined space. Imagine this shit like going rampant, even more heat. This is burning trees, mind you. So that shit is getting extremely wild.
Man.
So there's like smoking. There's smoke in the air too. Shit.
Yeah, like. See, okay, I'm looking at the end of the chapter again. And I know we was talking about Momo.
Hey, that's cool. She got her prayer. I just want everybody to know, showcase her plan actually worked.
The only thing that's gonna ruin her plan here is gonna be him growing more. And that's not her fault. That's not her fault.
It's the calamity. So
I mean, who in the series has just created wind pressure with just their breath?
Like that? Like on that level? Nobody.
Like
with his breath, nigga.
This man just blew some air and then started shaking trees.
Like,
I'm tired of you niggas.
Change her name to War Crimes Momo. Jeez, look.
Let's be legit. She did break a bunch of pretty major laws. The manufacturing of chemical weapons, distribution to minors. Would you like
the actual utilization of said weapons on citizens?
Listen. If it's me and my church or Godzilla, I'm breaking every law in the book to keep y'all niggas alive. I don't give a fuck. If Godzilla's walking at us, charging at us, you spitting atomic breath, and I got my church behind me, and I gotta do what I gotta do. I don't give a fuck if it's Leo or not. I'm gonna do whatever it requires to take this nigga out the paint before he get to y'all. Shit, V. Oh, give a fuck. I was shit. Midnight didn't even have to say it may be illegal. I'm like, shit, nigga. I ain't asked all that.
Oh, my back.
Oh yeah, let's get to what you about to say about that shit.
Oh, but the thing is, like, Shigaraki has taken actual, like, one of the things I like about this is like Shigaraki is actually gonna take damage, right? Like we're seeing him like actually hurt right now. My issue with this is that if you remember, he's like, you heroes hurt your own families to help complete strangers. So to a certain degree, Endeavor kind of does embody that. And so it'll be kind of curious to see if he ends up shaking a little here. Because yeah, sure, he technically was like trying to surpass All Might, but he basically destroyed his family to make Shoto so that a hero better than All Might could exist.
And we already saw how that progress is going. This man got no hands. He could probably get boxed out by Eri.
Hey, look, we ain't talking about that part of why the Shoto slander getting turned up so much, even though like he kind of deserves it. But
listen, my
hey
boy,
man, I'm just giving the smoke to
it's because we finally found a counter. It's like if you arguing with somebody for years on end, and then all they just use this one thing. There's just one trump card. All they got is the one trump card. You finally find a way to get around that trump card. Of course, you gonna get your little shots at.
You know who needed a trump card?
Who?
Crust.
Oh, that's wrong.
I had to do it because my boy Coyote Charles is here. I know he's here. I know he didn't want me to do it.
Hold on, Coyote here? I think.
I know he was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here.
Crust got killed by the crustiest character in the show. Have you seen Shigaraki with them lips?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the real reason Crust died. He took Shigaraki's name. He was like, "Hold up, you Crust? You? Nah, bro."
It's perfectly fine because Shigaraki is finna go through an entire metamorphosis. The nigga finna shed his skin. Y'all think I'm playing? Look at them fucking black veins on that nigga body. Just same way his face was cracking earlier, he really finna go an entire metamorphosis on the point.
Like his body is cracking, like his skin is cracking apart.
Watch this man turn into a Boros like dude.
Like I don't know what the fuck this is gonna like lead to. I don't know if his whole because like he might end up turning like a bunch of his body turns like blackened, kind of like a Nomu. Mm-hmm. Like I think that's part of like what's happening here is that he's basically a Nomu that didn't die, right? So like his Nomufication might be like completing. So he's gonna end up with like veins and like black lines all throughout his body. Probably ones that parallel the little lines that we see on Deku when One for All gets active.
I would also like to argue that we shouldn't call this like Shiggy on the ground a dub for Endeavor. This man needed multiple heroes to help him, and he's still not out of the fight yet. And and Endeavor's got a pretty good amount of damage on his face.
It still counts as a dub.
Yeah, but there's a conduct to a dub. There is a conduct, a protocol, a code to the dub, to the honorable dub at least.
Listen. If I listen, it's just like this. If I beat your ass, if I beat your ass, and I kill like 200 people, and I beat your ass again, and then I beat your ass with somebody else's help, and it take 10 of y'all niggas to jump me, and then I lose, I'm still holding that W, my nigga. And I'm not even knocked out yet. I'm just taking a breath. I'm just taking a breather.
I mean, plus Shiggy was fresh when he was stepping on Endeavor's chest,
Hold on, is this my Shiro?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh,
hey, Shiro made it. So that's something that I was gonna reveal to you guys as the stream progressed. Is that one of the things that I plan on doing is like people like it's mainly gonna be mutuals at first, but like good anti-Twitter voices that talk about series, and I'm gonna start bringing them on air more. So that's what Shiro's doing here. He asked, and I was like, yeah, actually, this is perfect. This is a good candidate for this. So how you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. I'm dying out here. In France, it's too hot, man. Oh my god.
Oh man, what is your temperature in France right now?
Right now,
it's probably like 200 degrees.
This nigga.
32.
Hold up.
Oh my goodness.
Man, Shiro, what papa? I ain't talked to Shiro in a minute, man.
It's 90 over there. All right, yeah.
I mean, y'all know I got bars, so.
Yeah, we do. Oh, speaking of bars, Aniki, back to what you were saying about them talking about like how heroes hurt their families. That applies to Deku. That applies to Deku too.
Oh yeah, because his mom is, man. If his mom sees this live stream and she sees like what's happening with Deku right now, like that apart, like the neighbors that he was talking about being upset are definitely gonna say something because
he's gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, did they even tell their mothers they were going on a field trip?
No.
They didn't even tell them. They didn't even tell them.
They got to the battle perimeter and then got briefed. Now you can't refuse.
The students didn't know they were going to war until they were like, it was like, what if you were like, all right, welcome to the army. And then it's like, and here's the beach of Normandy. You're like, wait. It's like,
Excuse me.
I will be like, nah, I'm out. Nah. if I saw Gigantomachia, nah.
Wait,
I love
you
you all,
telling me
but
I got
I need to
3
go.
weeks? Wait, you telling me I got
I
3
need to
weeks
go.
of boot camp and then I'm being thrown in Afghanistan? What?
like that's basically what just happened. It was like, all right, cool. You made it through basic training.
No, man, so good.
Good luck.
And I saw Giganto, nah, man.
And like,
Oh my fucking god! Somebody
also,
just sent me. Somebody sent me the JJJ cover page. Good lord!
oh, you had to see the color page for Jujutsu Kaisen this week,
No,
bro.
Maybe no.
I didn't
No,
read the
it's
chapter, but oh my god!
for this week. It's you get to see the original Sukuna with the 4 arms and the 2
Oh
faces.
yeah, I saw this one. Oh okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That is raw.
What is my name? Juliana.
And they explain Megumi's technique more in this one, bro.
Yo, that was Sukuna? Yo, that was beast.
Yeah, like the dude on the cover is Sukuna.
This man's
Yeah.
like Clark Kent and 4 arms from Ben 10 combined into one.
You right though.
Yeah, I'm right.
The chat kills. I'm telling you.
Jump was actually pretty solid this week, I guess. Actually, hold on. There's some stuff.
So, what did you all think about this chapter since I was not here to?
For me personally, this is actually one of my favorite payoff chapters in a while. I actually think, like, for what this does and the arc, because it sets up. Not only does it like kind of like set up like further. Okay, Gigantomachia is definitely going to be, but like we're getting the setup for Plus Ultra Shigaraki, but we're also getting the payoff for all the stuff that the students have like put in throughout the series, like coming together, formulating these strategies, like trying to work out, getting past these mental hurdles. And like the thing is that the only reason why I think Mina even faltered here is because she was like right there, point blank, and in her mind, she was making the shot off of Mount Lady having like control of him, and then all of a sudden Mount Lady got palmed. So she just wasn't ready for that. Like.
And keep in mind, I don't think Kirishima knows. I don't think Kirishima knows that Makia was that dude that cracked the building in middle school.
It didn't click yet for Kirishima, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta give him. You gotta also give him that doubt to where if he was, relives that trauma, what is he? Is he going to still act?
Nah. He gonna still act.
That second of hesitation, So that 1 second cost her the throw, but if she was focused till the end, I think she was she had this. It's unfortunate, but I can't really blame her.
Bro, Coda not doing nothing. Horikoshi isn't gonna do me that bad. Coda is not gonna be that.
You only do to give up on this man.
I can't wait. I can't wait till they pull Coda in. And he controlling the dog no move, and he having them all run away. You know what I'm saying? They carrying him off and shit. I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. Coda came through.
You have to put Coda in Omaduki Zoo.
Yeah,
that is gonna be OP, but not in MHA, man. You are in Japan. It's not that many animals.
Did you just say he's gonna control the dog no move?
Yeah, the dog no move.
Dog.
I don't know, man.
Every time the dog gets killed, it's going like.
Only Guts can control him. I don't know if Koda can control this guy.
You need at least a 15 kill streak to control the dogs in Black Ops.
Oh,
that's crazy.
So Koda ain't getting it because he got to put up more numbers before you can even get access to the dogs. Who played Black Ops? How many kills you need?
I mean, like, I think you need 7 for a UAV.
So
or is that Modern Warfare?
You need 7 for dogs. For which Black Ops we're talking about, though?
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2. I think
it's 1.
I think it's 7. No, not 7. Then.
What's up?
11 streaks. No, that's not.
Well, y'all got good memory. I know I sure held them over that.
I'm positive you needed way. There was 11. You needed 11 kills to get the dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 11. Yeah. And I'm the only one who thinks that.
Remember when Ghosts introduced dog AI?
Okay.
Hey, that shit was clean for a second, bro. That shit
Hey, I
was
didn't
clean.
play Ghost. I just wanted to make that reference.
I can play too. Oh yeah, I remember now. Momo said the faster he's going, the faster he's gonna fall asleep. Is that right?
So, I mean, technically would be right, but Makia is built differently, like to literal.
No. So, do you all think that he's gonna fall, collapse just in front of Shigaraki?
Oh,
Well, he's gonna be where Shigaraki is, but he's not gonna be participating in what is gonna.
Oh, okay, so like it's a way like as he gets past them, but he still finally collapses there.
Yeah.
As he like cools
down.
So
the students get a win, but Dabi, Toga, all of them still goes to Shigaraki to advance the plot.
Yeah, because it'd be an extremely delayed win. Like they'd still go down here, and then they would get the win later because he wouldn't be able to at least help them fight with Shigaraki, but he would still have gotten to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. Because if Makia just shows up, they lose, right? Like Endeavor and them, if Makia pulls up at this point and he's not like on the verge of collapse, losing consciousness, they just lose, right? Am I crazy for that?
No, with the league and versus Aizawa and all of them, I think it's fair. But if you if you add the Gigantomachia, now it's a wrap. Now, yeah. I don't think they can handle Shigaraki and Machia at the same time now. But the league, I can see that.
Oh, I haven't read Chainsaw Man.
I think the league's gonna break Aizawa. Okay. We're gonna disrupt the breath.
I didn't even think about Aizawa, like the fact that but like, yeah, as long as Aizawa's looking at him, they should technically kind of be set here, but the black lines, the nomification thing, that, like, I need to know what's up with this, because for me, like, that's the big breaker.
I mean, y'all gotta remember, like, he had that butterfly imagery.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it a moth? I think
it was technically, like, he technically did.
It's a butterfly.
They just had the tattered wings.
You know, when you really think about it, butterflies are just overgrown caterpillars.
I mean, yeah, that's what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Do you all think that if the league come, does Todoroki, Uraraka, and Ida are coming too?
Also, can we say definitively that Mina would fold Dabi like a towel?
Ooh.
I mean, suffice it to say.
Sato, Solo, and Makia. All right, relax, guys.
Yo!
That nigga can't even hold his face down. What you mean? That nigga had 4 other people helping him. They still couldn't hold that nigga head down alone. You know how strong somebody.
True.
You know how strong somebody is.
Against Dabi. Not even funny.
They had Shishida. They had Tetsu. They had Sato.
Can y'all hear my background noise or nah?
A little bit, but you good.
Let me know. I'll step back aside.
He had multiple people helping him, and they still failed. They couldn't even keep his jaw down. My lady had to help, and then she got immediately thrown off.
That shit fun.
Shoto
noticed how Giganto looked at the Mount Lady. He was done, man.
He really did look at her like, all right, so since you ain't leave, since you here though, like
yeah. Man, you can either do this the easy way or the hard way. Choice is yours.
Ain't no shame in my game.
Listen, I'm a warrior.
Listen, I like my master, and I want to see him. Now you get in the way.
That's
Hell nah.
like Gigantomachia, the Fleece Johnson of My Hero Academia.
Man, what's the shortest path? The master.
Like, he's like, I gotta get to the master. I want him and I like him. So I'm gonna get to him whether you like it or not. Like,
I ain't got no shame in my game.
Like
it's funny because they finna fail all the way around.
Oh yeah, like, no, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah, like I wanted to say what you were saying earlier when he was like, regardless, even if nigga do fall asleep in front of Shiggy, it don't matter because apparently he has to run through the town where the other citizens are still at. So that nigga will cause a destructive weight of irreplaceable lives because once a nigga die, they die. So even if he fall asleep, that nigga still has managed to walk through the city and cause nothing but death and destruction in his waking path. Essentially.
What if he gets to the city, it's over. Like, what is Endeavor gonna do? Give him some flash fire? Jet burn! Oh no, I got wiped across 10 blocks with a wind gust.
Yeah, like before I used to be like, well, maybe Endeavor, because like, you know, he was cutting through buildings and all kinds of shit with his flames. But now it's kind of like, well, you just gotta hope Maki is not there. Also, 100%, I kind of love how there was a hero that almost got in there, like got into Makia's hand, and they just like
pulled it off. Fell and died. Yeah, they fell and died basically.
And like they had a staff next to them. I can't tell if those are Monetta's balls or weights on the end of it, but
I'm pretty sure it's weights because that dude came from the back for the League of Villains. When they pulled up on and said League of Villains, that was one of the main heroes that had pulled up again. So he came from the back instead of the front. So I'm pretty sure that's just that dude's, natural shit.
Also,
I also like how he called them comrades.
That's something that one of the other things I'm gonna say is now I can see Kirishima being able to fight Nomu because of the fact that he was able to like claw and climb and like tear into Makia's flesh as he was climbing him. So we could actually see him possibly like rip through their brains and stuff with his bare hands, which would be kind of raw.
Ooh, man, we get that gritty and gory. Oh my god.
But what do you all think about Mystic? I think Majestic.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about it?
I gotta know. Yeah, we gotta. Let's see what you think. Because I right now the main thing I want from him is just to find out what his quirk is. Like exactly what it is.
Flying cockroach.
I don't really know. He can make people float, I guess.
He reminds me of the profile I had in Wizard 101.
This design is cool as fuck. This design is cool.
Yes.
That was oddly specific.
I know, right? I got big hopes for him because his design alone. And then he's had hype.
Yeah, like he randomly got bought up a bunch. And the fact that Momo was with him, of all people, like I don't think we're gonna have Momo go be with some bum. So it'll probably be like, oh, it turns out Majestic is like the number 11th ranked hero or some shit.
Yeah, why Hori didn't show what number is?
Actually,
daily reminder: Gangorka was erased from the top 10 because of mutant persecution.
Okay, we're not gonna start with your shit. Okay. Anyway, sure. What were you saying?
Yeah, no, I don't know why Horikoshi didn't show what number he is in the rankings.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like why.
Why?
Horikoshi kept it a secret for a reason.
You know what would be kind of raw? If his rank was a decimal. 11.5.
Oh my god.
It's like one of those narrations. In the world of My Hero, there are some heroes whose class can't be quantified, but their skills exceed those of the top 10. Majestic is part of that top 1%. That motherfucker is raw as shit.
Maybe he's a hero who don't want to be ranked. We say, yo, look, I'm not don't include me in all of your shit.
Oh, so he on his Aizawa gimmick.
Yeah, so kind of like Aizawa, but I don't know. I don't think it's possible, but I don't see what could be the reason.
Liquor dispenser. You just put your glass up here.
Okay, somebody watching Nasty Nasty in the back. Okay.
Wait, what?
Watching something in the background. See? All right, man. I'm ready for this rare table talk between Endeavor and Sugar Rocket, man. It'll be so amazing.
The Endeavor's gonna be like, you're still wrong, even if you happen to be right about me specifically. Like that's basically gonna be his.
Abby's gonna come and say, bet.
Yeah, but one thing I feel like we all gotta admit is the commission has handled this war mad bummy.
I feel like, okay, so this is gonna sound weird, but I don't think there's a
Commission
single scenario
apologize or watch it.
where the commission can actually get a W here. Because like no matter what, because it's like, okay, the adults just straight up fumbled the bag for like 10, 15 years, right? Like they sat there, got complacent with All Might. So no matter what they did, the commission was like, well, we just got a bunch of bums for heroes now.
Hey, nobody legit pulls up.
Like, so all they could do is be like, yo, dogs, stop being bummy. But also, we got to make sure the kids don't grow up to be bummy. Like, and the whole having an army of like 100,000, like there are nations with armies smaller than what the Liberation Army size is. Yeah, like that's an actual decent sized military force, like 100K. That, like, fine, it's not the US with over 2 million soldiers, but
yeah,
the
but
US
we spend
also
over $650 billion on defense.
And the US is like has soldiers stationed in countries all over the world, various countries that aren't even allowed to militarize due to past actions.
World War II.
So like we compensate and have soldiers there for them. So it's like a lot of countries' militaries would be about the size of what they are, like for their population too. So they weren't in a good spot. Like I doubt they had 100,000 heroes.
Yeah, but they also missed out on the fact that a full city's worth, like in Deka, right, where a majority of the heroes were MLA. That's a level of negligence that's frankly criminal in any profession.
That's the other thing too, is that
they have a whole hero network, and not one of them said, "Hey guys, buying the new Liberation book, Liberation for All," and then threw an L sign. No one did that.
It's not like Twitter. It's just where you post jobs. It's more like LinkedIn.
Oh, okay, that's kind of lit.
Nigga said more like LinkedIn. I'm fucking crying, dog. This nigga lying.
But am I wrong though?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're still wilding. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. This is the real reason we had this stream. All right, we came here on to have a serious topic. Entanglement. All right.
Oh my God.
Now Shigaraki has Shigaraki's hands in Endeavor's face have had an entanglement for quite a while now. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes, from closed doors, and he just brought the light. You know what I'm saying? So I just think we should talk about this topic.
Endeavor was the best training partner for Shigaraki. Even better than Giganto. Nah, man.
I mean, if you look at it, Endeavor does have him on the ground like Shoto was in that flashback, all leaned over like, you can take it, get up.
He literally sunned Shigaraki.
He doesn't put any punches, you know, he's taking him seriously. No, that's a mentor.
Hey, bro.
This man Endeavor is the GOAT.
Bro, he literally made Shigaraki his son.
Bro, hold on. Pause.
He's gonna come stronger after
we ain't gonna act like this nigga Endeavor didn't just get hold 3 times in a row in like 10 minutes.
Just because he got hold several times does not mean he did not also sun Shigaraki.
Okay.
He just got hold before he sunned him.
Okay, but the question is, can you sun someone who stepped on your chest?
Yes.
Really? Okay, listen.
No, that's an automatic L. Permanent L. That is branded into your soul.
Listen. Somebody go pull up a picture They all be talking about war stories, and Devin gonna be like, "Yeah, man, I had that nigga on the ground. I beat his ass." Then somebody gonna be like, "Hey, ain't this you?" And they gonna show when Shigaraki was doing a pose with his black Air Force One stepping on nigga body. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that is not exactly how it's gonna go down, because that is exactly how it will go down. I'm just saying he also technically did some.
Okay. But
He'll be remembered more as a footstool.
You know what's funny though? I don't care about what you said. Like when he called Endeavor out, I was thinking in my head, like, what Endeavor started like sweating profusely, and he like started putting his hands in. Like, so, I mean, what did you hear though? I mean, what you told me about me? Niggas get all nervous. I mean, what did you hear though? Did you hear something?
This man gets moved to the number 2 spot. They see him being used as a stepping stool.
Look,
a place for Shigaraki to tie his J's.
First off, what they gonna do? Have a half-cooked chicken be number 1 hero?
No, that man quirkless. That man quirkless and he burnt. That's quirkless fried chicken over there.
Hold on. You said half. By the time they recuperate, ain't gonna be no more chicken. Cause I'm gonna write a nigga dead myself. Fuck that bitch ass nigga.
This man said I'm getting boneless wings.
Boneless nigga.
He gonna pick him with his teeth.
I want that shit crispy.
Dog, you wild.
Well, that shit extra crispy, nigga.
But Twice is like what, number 3 on your list?
What? Nah. He was originally number 1, but no, he is number 1. I had Deku, and I only had Deku up there because Deku is Horikoshi.
Well, now
that was 0. But if we were really listing it, it would be Tokyo. It would be Twice. But I haven't with him now because now.
But think of it this way: Hawks gave twice as many holes.
Listen, I'm about to put twice as many foots in your ass. You keep playing with me.
I love squid.
Oh,
yo!
Look at
Has
that.
the goat arrived?
No,
We got Ian.
Oh, this stream about to be lit.
All
Howdy
right,
ho,
Ian.
hoodlums.
Wow.
Oh. Yo, I told you this nigga. Ew.
This man said Heidi Ho hoodlums.
I like alliteration. It's fun. Anyway, so what are we talking about? What are we
talking about why you we praising you. We talking about why you the GOAT.
All right. So what did you all think about the Mina moment with her freezing up? Because I've seen not mixed opinions, but different interpretations of what this bodes for her character.
It's a parallel, and Kirishima lacked knowledge on Makia.
Started her moment, yeah.
What?
Like for me, it's more like Kirishima gets to pay back the favor finally, but then also like Kirishima was running up from like the rubble of, if you will, of whatever happened. But like with Mina, she was head on facing and watching like Mount Lady just get tossed aside as she was going in for the play.
And Makia breath stink.
That too.
Mina was already
so did you guys
with that life, She was already, that Kirishima needed that.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna lie, so, I wanted her to have the win.
Right. No, I get you. The thing that I really like about it, because I've seen people be like, "Oh, it's unfortunate that she got like her moment stolen," which I don't see it like that at all. Because this is way better for her character, because now she's being momified by giving her an actual flaw that she's going to have to overcome later. Whereas if she just got the moment, if she just got the W, then all right, we gave a female character a cool moment, back to the C-list, cast, and then maybe we'll see her again, maybe we won't.
No, give her at least B-. She's from the B- cast at the very end.
That's great. I think that's great, because otherwise she turned into
Oh my fucking
God.
Yo, we
They're just coming up. Not even nobody's pulling the I am here. They're just like, all right, so I'm gonna spit now.
But I really love that.
In this bitch.
Oh yeah, but I really love that, just because I think that's much better than just and you say that it was because she was like scared of his face or grabbing Mount Lady, but she froze before that because she heard his voice, and then you saw in the panel she was back in her school uniform, but she was still throwing the vial. So like she literally like just hesitated for like a second because
It also slipped out of her hands.
Yeah, but that was because she lost her hand, her footing, if you will, for her hand, her grip. There you go. She lost her grip, and I just love that. I love that imagery of her being in the outfit, because it wasn't just like, oh, she was just scared. Because yes, any character could be reasonably scared, but that doesn't mean that's going to be entertaining. So by tying it to the character's like actual history, and by giving it a legit reason, which is she recognizes the voice, that's great, because that means there's a tangible reason it happened, and it's not just, well, we need to give Kirishima a moment, so what's a way we can do this? No, her character, if you put her in this situation, would react this way, and that's just great writing. So
that's why I said, we talked about it, I got to briefly say it earlier. Horikoshi did, like, we all thought she was gonna get her moment, but Horikoshi once again did his specialty, or his perfect setup. We did substance over flare and flash. So it's still, what is a flare used for? A one-time signal, and then it dies after that. But when you have substance, there's something built upon there, and you can go even further than just a one-time moment. It'd be easy to give her a one-time moment, but like, yeah, female cast, this, that, and other. But
yeah, we got the girls
Horikoshi has
W. Woo!
Yeah.
But
Horikoshi has bigger plans than just this one-time thing. So like, yeah, like who I think it was Ian that said that she doesn't have really any apparent flaws. She was literally perfect. And we were wondering why she was one of the top candidates in the class, and she was literally perfect. But now that you've given her something to actually come up upon, it's like, okay, now there's even more to her back then. So when they had that tag team combo later on in the post time skip, and they come back from Makia, that's just gonna be payoff, substance, and it's gonna be gas all in between.
Yeah,
and
because
Kirishima.
Horikoshi is not sexist.
Yep.
What are we saying, Aniki? What are we saying, Aniki?
So here's my thing. She already got her flare by coming through the flames of Dabi untouched.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like, so she got a moment where it was like, damn, Mina was like untouchable. Like, she didn't care, and then it was just the context of this situation. This stank ass breath, watching a grown woman get tossed aside like a chihuahua.
Bro, I feel bad, man. That shit must be horrible.
Like, you know it's terrible. You know that they do not make a Gantomakia size toothbrushes, let alone toothpaste.
Nah.
Hey, bro, don't that nigga be sleeping in the forest and shit?
Exactly.
On the ground.
Like,
I know,
bro.
he be eating bugs and shit, bro. I don't know why.
Right.
That shit kicking.
But I'm just saying, I think it's much more valuable that there's a character reason rather than a context reason, because Kirishima also could have just not ran through the fire, and we could have been like, well, yeah, it's fire. He's not fire resistant. Sure, but it's much cooler and entertaining, and also fits his character, that he is going to be the guy who doesn't matter what's in front of him. He's going to run past his fear. Also, shout out to the way he drew him running through the fire. You have Tetsu who's running like he's in like a nice sprint, and then Kirishima's running like, oh God, I'm on fire.
It's true though.
Yeah, his head's peeled back.
No,
his hands open.
You saw his girl now.
Like when Tetsu was like, he was faster than me, and like I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, he was fast because he was feeling that.
Yeah, he was.
You're like,
burning.
I'm burning, but that
you know when you have pain. Now you want to be out of this fire.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm out.
Like his body was like, I'm trying to save the day. I ain't trying to burn. Like,
but you know what I liked about that moment? Like, to me, that was like a little cute moment that when Tess was talking about him. Because what I appreciate about those two is that usually in Shonen Jump, like usually in like any series, like any medium, it'll be a rivalry, but it'll just be with the MCs having a rivalry, right? It'll just be like the MC and his rival, whatever that. But to have Tetsu and Kirishima have that brotherly bond and rivalry together side by side, and how he talks about him and trusting him, especially coming off that moment they had in joint training where he was like, yeah, motherfucker, I got a limit. You don't have a limit. You just keep getting tougher and tougher and stuff that shit like that. Stop being soft.
Wait, do you mean Kirishima's power is just simply getting more and more raw?
That sounds
more and more brazy.
Yeah, shout out to my nigga Jose. It's Jose season, but
he's eating.
But that's the big thing I wanted to talk about.
Fed him too much.
Yeah. Did anyone else have like a specific topic?
Mina, top 3.
What is it? What do y'all think is the deal with Shigaraki?
So I think he's turning into a butterfly.
All right, you know what?
Getting fucked
You going
up,
on mute?
but
Because I heard people
I
say
got some bleach,
I heard
bleach
some
people
flashbacks.
damn niggas don't just cut me off like that, huh?
What you gonna say, BG?
I said I heard people say that they think that the same thing that happened to 9 is happening to him.
Okay.
does that make sense?
Like,
Yeah. Like where we're like the fucking
oh,
like having like
You guys, can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Ponzu?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh boy, they don't stop. The ghosts don't stop coming. Okay.
Yo, bro. Sorry, I had a lot to do. I was writing my story. I had some family stuff, so I came this late.
It's all
Yeah.
good. It's all good.
What's funny is we hit the church up and be like, okay, who gonna be ready for the stream? And me and Ponzu are the only people that said something. And Squid and Ponzu was like one of the first people. And we get in here, this nigga Ponzu. We're like, bro, it's like an hour. Where the hell nigga Ponzu at?
Yeah, I was done with my talking about my story and everything. And one time my mother asked me like, you have to do some stuff in the kitchen. So I was like for 1 hour working on it. So then I took a shower because I was like too sweaty with the heat here. So after my shower, I just came through on the stream. So yeah,
Like
can we now admit Tetsu would fold Shoto?
bro.
I mean,
He did it once.
Been stated. That's been stated.
That's canon.
It's canon, type 1 canon. It's from the book canon, the highest level of canon.
What is canon? What is canon?
Tetsu folding Shoto like a towel.
Oh shit! That's canon.
It is.
It's like, oh shit. Yeah, that's canon.
Oh, okay. Oh, Ponzu came.
He was giving some lefts, some rights.
Man took a knee. Tetsu was giving some Muay Thai on him. That was wrong.
Bro, if they do like one piece like a treatment for this fight, I will be happy. Shoto getting beat, like that would be beautiful.
Let's get back to the topic at hand, BG.
I need an Ochako moment, man.
Yeah.
Need that moment.
BG talking about Shigaraki. BG talking about Shigaraki. We never really
I don't
get into
care.
that.
I think he's gonna pound his chest, start talking his talk, and then start wiping the floor with the enemy.
I mean, because I saw the scans for that picture. I didn't read the scans this week. I saw the scan for that picture, and it looked like he was like a lot of black shit. But now I can't even tell if it's like recoil or he actually got folded. I don't know what happened.
I think this is immediately after the fire punch from the chapter before we went to Gigantomachia. It seems like this is like the because I don't think we'd skip it, but maybe we did.
Yeah, I think this is like everything's happening concurrently. So
at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, so you're seeing the Machia stuff, plus you're seeing, okay, so like last time you saw this was going on with them. So now real quick, I gotta show you this is what happened to Shigaraki after that vanishing fist connected. All right, let's go from there. You know what I mean?
Okay, so here's why I think Shigaraki is going to be even more beastly next chapter. So remember what the Go All For One said, right? A hero when he's cornered is at his most terrifying. He still had nightmares when All Might rushed at him with his guts out, and he was still going for the attack. Now keep in mind, Shigaraki has proven himself in the Crucible of Fire in MVA. When he was sleep deprived, getting clapped by Gigantomachia like he was in prison.
Damn, why you put it like that?
So you're saying that Lockrock is gonna take off the jacket and he's gonna fight Shigaraki barehanded because he's been pushed into a corner. I like it.
Okay.
First off, Lockrock kind of quick though.
Yeah, he's with the quickness.
Yeah.
His quirk is not that bad.
I mean, no, Lockrock gets folded if he tries to fight him. Let's be real.
So one thing you have to keep in mind is that so we've seen that when Shigaraki is at his most deteriorated, that's when he's at his most demented, most crazy, most dangerous.
Yeah.
Look where he is now. He's burning up. He's talking about convictions and stuff. Like the man's losing
And
his mind.
I can't believe that some
So now
people in the
he's
fan
just
base
gonna push even
think he's
harder.
dead.
He's gonna pound his chest, and he's gonna start beating the opposition.
Exactly.
Well, then that leads kind of into my question for everybody. How do you guys feel about? Because I was talking to Dustin about this, and he's been very on edge these past couple chapters because he's always terrified. He's always terrified that the heroes are going to win. So how do you feel about this kind of drastic back and forth that Horikoshi's been doing, where it really does feel like one moment, like, all right, totally, no way the heroes can win now. And then it's like, oh, I guess the heroes can't lose now.
He's been
Like,
doing
okay,
that the whole arc.
no.
The
Yeah.
heroes are about to blow a 60-point lead.
So my thing is that.
But we keep saying that, and it keeps reverting back to them.
My
So
thing about this is that, like, I think that's Horikoshi being an actually good writer. Assuming that, like, we could have all, like, just completely misunderstood it, and, like, we could be getting close to the end of My Hero, but no. Like, more than, like,
clowns.
Yeah, like that's a completely possible thing. Like, we're not gonna sit here and pretend like we can't be clowns.
Oh,
but
yeah, definitely.
I will say
we're gonna be with Rex in that clown suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It'll
idea
be the day.
of a good conflict should make you feel like it can go either way. Like a truly well-written conflict should have you thinking, oh, well, the good guys can win. Oh, the bad guys can win. Like, and not because it's a shonen, but because of, like, whatever's going on. Like, yeah, because of the tension, because of the actual actions within the series. Like, when we watch, like, that's something that, like, the suspension of disbelief is an important thing. Like, when you read Black Clover, when you read My Hero, when you read One Piece or K and Y or any of these series, like with K and Y, Yaiba might have been kind of like mid as fuck at the end to straight up bad, but there was always the idea that even if, like, you weren't sure if they were, like, even if you thought they were going to win, you didn't expect them to win without taking some kind of L in the process. You still thought there would at least be a consequence, and that's important. Whereas, like, in a lot of One Piece stuff, like, now we're like, all right, Pound's still alive, so we're just waiting on Pedro to show up again too. At this point, like, there's like
Don't
that.
talk about One Piece and the people's death. Us, please, man. Just
so
Hello.
Like, say it.
Oh my gosh!
Thank you for activating One Piece right away.
Oh my god, we got Magic, we got Jordan, we got everybody in here. We got Irvin.
Yeah, like, suspension of disbelief is important, and the fact that My Hero consistently can make you go, the heroes are definitely winning, no, the heroes are definitely losing. That's well-written suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, but you also have to keep in mind how smart they had to plan this out just to get a remote advantage. They had to make sure they were getting to a point where Shiggy hasn't went through his operation fully. They had to make sure Gianto was asleep. They had to ambush all the commanders in a meeting. Like, think about it. They were out here having board meetings about tactical plans, and the next thing you know, a guy pulled their house in two.
Yeah, I mean, I've just come in, and the first thing I heard was the heroes losing a 20-point lead or something like that.
No, 60-point lead.
Something like that. I don't really see that. I mean, the villains already destroyed the entire city. How is this a lead?
Not really.
Because of what's going on.
It's not a lead. The heroes have been catching up, and now they've caught up. And I think that.
The last
I don't think they.
The thing is, they already started off. The thing is, they started off with so many advantages.
Yeah, they started off with advantages, but they're not about to blow the 60-point lead. If they had a lead, they've already lost it because, I mean, the city is destroyed. You can't really talk about a lead.
I'm not talking objectively. Sorry, PG. What were you gonna say?
What I'm just gonna say is I'm thinking what's good about this is that what is it? It's actually a great thing that he's doing. That there's like a whole bunch of back and forth, because the problem with a lot of war arcs and all, or if you call this a war arc, and most other shows is the fact that it's not really.
It's just a 1v1, right?
Yeah, no, well, not even just that. It doesn't feel like a war because it's not really much of a back and forth like this.
It's more like a inevitable slaughter, if anything.
Yeah. It's like it'll be like one side is completely decimating, and then the other one decimates, and then the other one decimates, but it's all just slaughters. There's no real like consistent back and forth struggle. Like they just really feel like it's an actual like equal footing battle.
My question is, in universe, is this being regarded as a war, or is this just a raid?
This is just a raid.
Probably just a raid.
It's technically just a raid.
It's
call it
technically
a
just a
war.
raid, but it has like state level implications.
It's a raid.
The way Hawks talk about it, to me, it's a war. But yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's a war to the commission, but
I mean, it's the same.
It's
the
not
same,
even a war
it's the
to
same-
the commission. I think it kind of escalated into that, but it's
I'm
not like
saying
they wanted to
it's
have
the
a
same-
war. It's like they wanted to have a raid, and it escalated a lot.
It's the same way that like in FMA, the Promise Day is not really considered a war either, but it is a war.
I know. It's the consequences that have a world level.
This is a raid where the information planning, everything up, like the strategy that goes into it is the same as you would put into a war, but it's intended to be a one-day thing. So this is technically looked at, like this should be looked at as a raid or the catalyst to the overall long-term war that is the battle between
because
Tigaraki's forces
if they fail,
and the good.
The consequences will be.
So it's like the inciting incident. I guess the best way to look at it from like a U.S. military perspective is like this is Pearl Harbor. Someday in the future will be, you know, the day, like the days we dropped the bombs. Like that's how it works here. Is that
Only question is which party drops the bombs, right?
Right. But like this is just like Pearl Harbor is just like an example. Like if the heroes of the U.S., then this is Pearl Harbor. This is them like the first day of the war. But like actually in this sense, like the villains are kind of the U.S. But whatever. The point
you actually gave me a perspective I didn't think about. Then how do you feel about that possibility of this continuing on from here? Like
wait, say that again.
Like, what do you think of the possibility of them just continuing on from here? Like, they all just like go their separate ways, but they continue to fight. They still like continue to fight from here on out.
And then what we just have is a destabilized nation.
Yeah. I actually think that's much more realistic than
the original
than to assume that it is all going to be dealt with here. Because even if the villains, which I mean, with Giganto Macchia coming closer, I don't really know with what Riot did now how much of an impact that had.
I'm back.
But it doesn't really look like one way or the other there will be a decisive victory where everybody will be down. It seems like either one of these parties will have to go into hiding maybe for a short time, but they will continue fighting because at this point it doesn't look like everybody here is going to die. It doesn't look like that.
I think all the liberated area will be raided by the.
I think you know what I think is going to happen. I think something much. I think something. Sorry.
No, and it's gonna be
Okay.
What?
I don't really understand that, I think.
Shiro first, then Squid, then BG. Boom.
I apologize.
Shiro?
So I was saying, I think after this, the heroes gonna attack the liberated area, Alpha Japan, to try to take Japan back, and the leader of the Liberation Army gonna defend those areas. I don't think Ricochet talk about the liberated area for nothing. What was the name of the city?
Deka.
Deka, yeah. I don't think Deka is the only city in this. This is only city like that, you know. I think for Japan there is plenty of those, and after this, the heroes will try to take them back.
Okay.
That's I think the possible future is gonna be.
So you think they're gonna just make more cities like Deka, and they're just gonna try to like turn this to a
there is
Assassin's
already
Creed
those cities, but it's gonna be more difficult to.
Then let me rephrase that. You're believing that they've already created other liberated cities, and they're just going to have to turn this to Assassin's Creed and like liberate them again from the liberation.
Altogether, this was a good chapter. Mina
like
top
in
3.
Call of Duty, you know.
I see. What the fuck are you gonna say, Squid?
I don't know. But what were you gonna say, BG?
I wasn't saying anything. I was telling Squid Cyril was talking. He was cutting him off.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think he just left, I think.
Okay, yeah. So Squid just had to real quick drop that, say it was a great chapter, meet a top 3, leave. All right. That makes sense. Just because he was here for a while.
Mafia life be hit.
See, because East is at work. Which, by the way, I love y'all coming through and doing this while at work. For many of you, I appreciate that.
How about you had work?
I work second shift, so that's why, if you go back and watch like the Rogers Base stream from like a month or two ago, where he was like, "I'm not sure how I feel about my hero," and then all of a sudden I like come in at like an hour and 20 minutes in, and it's like, all right, I'm at work, but I managed to go on lunch, so here we are, guys. It's like 9 p.m.
No, what's funny to me is I've been meaning to say that for a minute. It's funny how this stream wasn't supposed to happen at all. Yet it's like we got the MVPs, motherfuckers ain't been here for weeks on end. They pull up at like a fucking 1 hour notice stream.
Yeah, like I thought this was only gonna end up being like 40 minutes, but I'm glad it went longer because more people got to come in and talk.
Well, I woke up later because I didn't think you were gonna be doing shit.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, BT, did you read Jujutsu Kaisen this week yet?
Oh, no, I haven't read that yet. How was it?
Dog, go read that shit. Like, read it right now.
All right.
I cannot read
the chapters are good. These week's chapters are really well done.
I'm going to read it too, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah,
what's
like
I want to see what Master like with it.
I haven't read Master in weeks. I need to catch up.
Yeah, okay, but you got to read Jujutsu Kaisen before you need to catch up on Master. Trust me, this week's chapter was dope.
I'm reading it right now.
But man, Aniki, if you didn't send me the link, I would just forgot for the stream.
Oh yeah. No, because like, okay, so what I try to do is like because we have like the Discord, which if you guys aren't in the Discord and you want to join the Discord, let me just put the link in the chat real quick. But like I try to put it in the Discord chat and then one of the group chats that has multiple people who usually are in the stream in it. But then I know that not everybody checks group chats consistently, so then I end up having to go through and I try to remember who all doesn't always check the group chat. But it's a little hard to remember.
Yeah, I forgot then I saw your message. I said, oh damn, yeah. I need to join.
Yeah.
Probably won't even need to.
How was Chainsaw Man?
People need to like the stream.
By the way, Kirishima not only knocked Mina out of the way, he grabbed her bottle at the same time. And then did you notice the form when he threw that thing where he threw it and then it broke and then he spun around and threw the other one mid-jump? That was incredible.
That is incredible.
Overall,
we get some skills now.
Overall, I'm really, really happy with Kirishima because, I mean, if you're talking about Kirishima versus Gigantamakia possibly happening some place in the future when Kirishima is way stronger for so long. And now they finally meet again, so of course they have to clash somehow. And Kirishima does something very important here. But it is like the way he does it, the way he sets this up, it's something where you can actually believe it that Kirishima can do it. Like before, when we've told you like now Gigantamakia is walking towards Class 1A and Class 1B, and of course Kirishima is here, so he's gonna do something. Nobody would have thought that Kirishima could do anything against Gigantamakia. But because they have set this plan up so easily that really all they have to do is get this poison into his mouth, basically. It's something he can do, and I like that.
It was very well written.
And that's the thing.
Sorry, go ahead, Aniki.
I was gonna say that's the thing that I know. Like one of the things that I actually really truly like about the series is that most of the time when students get to step up and go above or beyond what you would expect of somebody at their skill or power level, there's hard reasoning like in the story that's built up and acknowledged that creates a situation that allows it. It's never just like, well, I guess the students are all of a sudden like way better. Like in this case, it's like, yeah, the condition is literally trying to get this thing in a giant fucking hole, aka his mouth.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, and it's something where you know at the end of the day, you know Kirishima 1v1 versus Gigantamakia has no chance. But in this account, like Kirishima kind of won, which is great.
Yeah, it's not always about like just beat this person's ass.
Same thing with Kaminari's moment earlier. He was able to make sure that everyone didn't get wiped out by a giant electric attack, and therefore made it a specific like easy path for them to get through. That's very important because their entire plan could have like ended immediately if that electric guy just boom hit everybody. But I'm sure a lot of people will downgrade it because they'll be like, he didn't punch nobody with lightning, so what does it even matter?
What I like to point out about Kirishima W is that also the fact that he got saved midair, like when he got like fucking knocked back and blown back.
Yeah.
And Tokage came in like he was just like sitting there with his victory and his W. That shit was
And
nice.
I think it's really great teamwork between those two classes. I really like it to have. Now Tetsutetsu, Kirishima, Tokage.
Joint training,
it's making joint training. Yeah, it's making joint training feel better on reread even more.
But guys, Toga.
Oh, so perfect.
Almost
got him.
God.
Man, I was like, yo, oh my God, let's go.
Yo, fucking Monarchy, that chapter was fucking dope. What the fuck?
No, I need to read it now.
And Sakuna over here having character development.
Sakuna like, oh shit, no, not my boy.
That's enough. I need to read it.
By the way, this is sorry, do you need to gush real quick about JJK?
No, you can continue. I can hold that in.
Okay.
Nah, we good. I ain't read the chapter yet, so we good.
So I have to say that this Kirishima page with the knife and him going to throw is probably one of Horikoshi's best guide your eye across the page because like this is incredible how you have the top picture, then you see the knife, you follow the knife, it gets its own panel that it's jumping into where it's breaking the vial. You turn to the left because you're like, where did that come from? Immediately see Toga. Now you have Kirishima's head, which is going down, and you have these lines that are like whooshing down too. So then your eye goes down to the bottom of the right page. You see the same lines that are whooshing around, and it makes a circle on the bottom 3 panels to where you could read it in any order because it's going in a circle as he's flipping around in a circle, and it's amazing. It's incredible.
It's up there with the Endeavor panel where he like bent it just a little for Endeavor's elbow to like come through. Like his.
Yeah, this is so good. It's crazy. I know technically it's only 280 chapters, but it's 280 chapters and he's getting better and better still.
Well, that's the thing.
No sign of burnout or anything.
I'm still thinking the best page to me. I'm thinking the best pen on page to me in this arc still is that decay page that he did to when he was like fighting Deku and
oh yeah. That page was nutty. My thing with Horikoshi is that his art consistently improves in ways that it showcases him thinking and understanding more and more like the very medium he's drawing and writing and presenting his art through.
All right, now. So the next time you don't got the money by then, I'll remove you permanently. Oh, sorry guys, I was finishing a call. So wait, what were you talking about?
Squid.
This man.
Sorry, I was out on some other business. What
whose money is going to be cut?
He leaves for 1 second and he's got the criminal underground under his boot, whatever.
So let me get this straight. Squid is part-time part-time mob boss. Is that it?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm what you call a fixer. If you want something removed, I cover it up.
So like a plumber?
Yeah, he's a plumber.
Yeah, I'm a fixer. I cover up the problems. I don't.
You don't put duct tape on it.
Cover up your ass. I'm tired of seeing it.
Also, this is
your ass on the stream.
That's also a high speed feat for Kirishima, by the way, because he realistically climbed up Gigantomachia in like 5 seconds. There's no way like that took a long time. Like,
he was. You can tell this man is an OD climber.
No, it is also a testament about his evolution in his speed, because if in
joint training he like basically got blitzed, caught, grabbed, and tossed.
Yes, and it also telling on the data book that he was like he had the D speed, but there his agility speed went up and the manner. Wow.
Listen, we're gonna stop using that ultra analysis book. I'm telling y'all now.
Yeah, we really
ultra analysis is just absolutely creditless.
The ultra analysis isn't so much as creditless as what it does is it tells you what things like what you should be thinking based on what the story has shown you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a weird thing for Horikoshi to be factoring, but he's basically saying, based on what you've seen, this is true. He's like trying to let
yeah, go ahead.
Up to certain time points. For example, we know that the ultra analysis data book takes place at MVA. So you have to scale like anything you read past MVA, technically the scaling is irrelevant for.
Which is basically probably the reason why students often have a better scaling than adults in terms of in comparison often.
Yeah,
that often really I found it really weird, but now that I think about it, of course it makes sense because we see them progress and we see every step of the way. So it makes sense that they in each data book are kind of really at how good they really are because we've seen them. But somebody like Bestines, for example, we don't really know that much, so it makes sense that he has great technique points because
we know he's really good.
Because he's good at that, but we don't really know the other stats because essentially he's just been lying around on the ground.
Right. When it comes to that, I don't scale everybody in the same category. If we were going to use the ultra analysis book stat, I will use students compared to students, hero compared to heroes, and villains compared to villains. If y'all want to use villains compared to heroes, yeah. But as far as separating students and kids, I mean students and adults, I separate the two because
the only heroes that you can safely, like the only heroes that are like kind of safe to scale with their students are like Endeavor, because we've seen a lot of him. And he still scales over most of them anyway. But we've seen enough of Endeavor where comparing them, and then you look at the stats and it works because it's like S+ in power, A in this, A+ in this, A in this. Like,
okay, but the S+ is cap.
Okay, guys.
Think about it. Gigantomachia got an S in power, and that man can create.
It might just be an S, and I just might have said S+. But don't worry about it.
No, I reread that book.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, All Might has 6 points and everything, which is S.
Which is like, fun fact, in the old data book, Shigaraki's stats is supposed to spell dad.
Dad?
Yeah. D-A-A-D.
Yeah, okay.
Wait.
That actually can't be coincidence.
Yeah, no, like, he makes little jokes inside the data books and stuff like that. Like,
anyway,
so that's why I go with the assumption that all data books are cap, except for the fun facts. Like for example, Ujiko having retirement homes and stuff.
Or Dabi being
which usually come into the story.
Yeah.
Dabi being mysterious. Confirmed.
And Enji being Endeavor being a doting father, I think, right?
Well, yeah, President might confirm that one.
No, I want to add about Horikoshi's art style because he's talked about how he's getting better and how he understands the medium more and more. But what I think what makes me really happy is when I read some of these panels, and sometimes I just think he has a lot of fun just drawing them, which is I think very important because it tells that you. I mean, so many artists after like 100 chapters are like experiencing burnout or kind of maybe want to move on to the next project but can't because that's where the money is. But here I really think that sometimes you just look at panels of just Shigaraki being crazy and then getting the idea of just whiting out the hair of Shigaraki.
Or
and you just think
like
that he's got a lot of fun. He has so much fun doing this, and that's great.
Yeah, but can we talk about how good Unbreakable looks?
I know, it looks so cool. He looks so cool.
Did do a really good job.
And the angle on the arm where you like feel the height, so good, so good.
Man, I need.
She usually says something to me about whoever's talking to you.
Perfect, man.
What?
Somebody was talking, but they were low, so I couldn't hear them. I told them to go.
I think that was Shiro talking.
You hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we hear you, dog.
Okay. I said season 6 needs to be immaculate.
What?
Season 6 of MHA.
He says season 6 needs to be immaculate.
Oh yeah. They got their work cut out for them.
Okay, here's what I better see. I better see no skipped scenes. I better see no still frames for important action. I better see no short flashbacks. I better not
You're
see any
gonna be
skip dialogue.
disappointed if you have such great.
You're
No,
asking
no,
for a
I
lot.
mean,
listen. All I'm asking for is
I
to
mean, that's
maintain
normal.
greatness. Okay, where there is
that's normal.
fire, there is my hero. But if you dilute it, then where is the fire? It's all smoke.
Aniki, thank you very much for having me back on. Sorry I haven't been able to come for a while, but I gotta head back to work.
You know what? That's okay. I appreciate you coming through, my little bro.
Go.
All right, love you guys. Take care.
Love you too, Ian.
yeah. See ya.
Hey,
See,
but
I don't really enjoy my job, but it makes good money.
Yeah.
I would hope
what I really
enjoy it
wanted
better.
was to be a baker, head ass.
I never wanted to chop off people's fingers. My daddy said I ain't no choice. And they riding the Shoto type beat. Okay, let's see, dog.
Yeah.
All right. Let me actually make sure I get ready for work and stuff on time, though. So let's real quick do final thoughts on the chapter. Like, how you guys feeling about where we're going? Especially because, like, we got 2 weeks. So if you guys want to do any ideas for next weekend, if you want to do a stream, if I'm taking that one off too, let me know. If you like,
Mashal.
A Mashal discussion.
Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man above all else.
Hold up, I gotta read this week's Chainsaw
If
Man.
we're not gonna do Chainsaw Man, I want to do Vigilantes because we got to talk about how brazy Koichi is.
All right, hold up. I was about to read the Chainsaw Man as we were doing the final thoughts, but I don't need to start crying randomly.
Yeah,
cause last week's chapter was woo. All right, so
13.
All right.
Once again, Hori delivers. The dope in the crack has arrived, and we take our daily fix. Amen to Horikoshi. Thank you for my hero.
Oh. Shiro, you got your final thoughts to put out there? Ponzu, you got final thoughts? Or, okay. Oh, Shiro, you going? I was like, man, okay.
Yeah, it was a good chapter. If anybody think that Shigaraki is done, you're dumb. I'm sorry. You know damn well that it's not gonna end here. So I'm hyped. I know Giganto is gonna come. If the league behind him is gonna collapse, but he will have the job done. And from here on out, the climax of this arc gonna be crazy. I'm gonna say.
How many chapters in are we?
20.
It's been a while, yeah.
20 something.
We haven't hit 30 yet. I thought we already hit 30.
Or which one, Mashal or?
On my hero.
Oh yeah. For the the current My Hero arc length. Let's see. I think we're at 25.
We're only at 25.
I think it started around 270, right? Something like that.
I give it.
We'll start at 260.
15 chapters.
Well,
I give it.
Okay, it depends because if you count 255 and 256, like because like 255 and 256 is when they were doing the robot training and like showing their progress from their work studies. So if you count that like 255 as or 256 and 255 as the start, because that's when they start talking about the previous users too. So I feel like that counts as part of this arc.
And what chapter was this?
280.
278.
This was 280.
280?
Oh. Yeah. This was 280. So yeah, we're 20. We're about 25 chapters in. This is officially the second longest arc in Macadamia.
It's already better than the longest.
No, it'll at least go like 10 chapters more.
Yeah, no, we got to get at least 10 more chapters, I think.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be like a 4-volume minimum arc, so that's kind of what we're looking at. Like, 25 chapters. That's at least 3 volumes right there. So yeah,
We're only in like 1 volume. We only have like 1 volume in, right?
Technically,
or would you say 2?
At 25 chapters, we've got two volumes and some change at least.
No, I'm not saying like so far what they've done. I'm saying, do you believe that they've already like how many do we have out that are out right now? Just one, or would you consider it 2?
That are out? I think it's just 1 from this arc out so far.
I'm saying because I think 26 has part of the arc, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why I think there's only 1 out right now because I don't think we've had 27 out.
Yeah, 27's already out.
Let's see.
That's the Hawks one.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's two. That's two.
1.5.
Two. Yeah, 1.5. More.
Nobody says that. Come on. Nobody says that.
Says it's like, no, I will be technical because that Endeavor Agency arc is a separate arc and it's the arc of DILF Endeavor. So
right.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go.
All right, see you.
Okay, see ya.
Thanks for having me.
Hey man, it was a pleasure. All right, Ponzu, your turn. Wait, is Ponzu still here?
He's on still, but he's muted.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, BG, let's get your final thoughts.
We had top tier paneling, we had top tier writing, we had top tier characters, we had top tier art, we had top tier dust. We'll have more dust next. We'll have more dust next week, maybe. So yeah, that was great.
We had a top tier JJK chapter drop alongside it.
That is true as well.
All right,
and it would have been an amazing week if not for the sad news. But yeah, there.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. East, what's your final thoughts?
Man, you already know what it is, man. 10 out of 10. Don't care what nobody got to say. Horikoshi to go, he drop it every day of the week. Hey, okay. Man, listen, he keep evolving. He not stopping. I'm so blessed and honored to share this experience with you guys weekly, man. I'm truly am grateful for this, man. It's been a long time coming. I can't wait until this arc really ends and to re-binge it. And just to say that, damn, we made it. The culmination of everything coming together. Then now, finally, well, he did one thing I love that he always does. He put substance over flair. So it's really mean this season coming into this. I can't wait because I remember back when she said something to Kirishima about you dyed your hair, this, that, and the others. He was like, and I forgot what the line she directly said to him, but I can't wait until they have a callback to that shit later on after this arc.
She basically was like, I can't wait until you, I'm going to tell everybody that you did this one day, but I'm going to wait till you own. Like, wait till you popping.
Yeah, basically. Like when you got it, and my nigga got it. So, and I can't wait till next week. The Jester come in, man. This arc is just too gravy, man. I'm just eating left and right. I don't know where it fucking ends. The buffet is too big. The buffet is too great. Thank everybody for coming to stream, man. We had the ghosts come back in here. I love y'all. Hardcore should go. Aye.
Say yes.
I really loved all the stuff about Kirishima and Gatomaki and Mina. That was awesome. I loved it. I'm a bit surprised that I have to say, when we got back to Shigaraki and Endeavor, that essentially the entire Deku Bakugo part was apparently off-paneled, if I didn't miss that. Like, last we saw they stepped into the fight, right? And we know that Shigaraki was still very strong, but couldn't use his quirks. And now he's down.
They took off like right from where it left off, like the Vanishing Fist. So it's like...
All right. That's, yeah. I what did Bakugo and Deku do, really? Because I remember them stepping in.
Yeah,
right. Perfect. Right, great. I was really surprised when we hit back then. I saw that Shigaraki was down, but of course that would fit. So yeah, I love the chapter overall.
All I gotta say is that where there's fire, there is my hero. Where there is smoke, there is Horikoshi, and when there is both, there is vigilantes. The Holy Trinity. Amen.
Amen.
All right, well, the squid is out.
About a squid.
He's just popping in and out to say random shit, right?
All right. But you want to finish your point, says. Also, have you ever read Vigilantes?
Partly, not all of it.
Okay.
I made it to the current arc. I think.
All right.
Like I finished the Sky Tree shit.
Yeah, yes, Strix, we are on Zoom. Yes, we do have a 2-week break coming. I'm gonna try to figure out something for us to do next week so that we can actually fucking, I don't know.
Do that interview shit you were supposed to do like weeks ago that you never did.
It's true, I was supposed to do that interview shoot. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, so overall, like I think Ponzu might just be busy, so he might not be able to give his final thoughts. But I definitely liked this chapter. I think it did a good job of setting up a realistic conflict between Mina, Kirishima, Gigante Machia. Like it gave us those conflicts without underselling the characters involved in them, or like having a do some contrived way to make Giganta Machia fail, or like nerfing a bunch of people so they can make it work for the thematics. Instead, he's like being consistent within the established power scaling and all these other things that has within the story, and is still making going forward. And I'm a little disappointed that we're cutting away from Machia, only because the shielding that starts popping up over his nose and forehead lets us know that like he's about to really take it to the next level. So I'm hoping that next chapter is kind of joint and split, and it'll kind of be like Shigaraki talking to Endeavor and them about like his ideology, and as he's talking, Machia is ramping up, so we're cutting between the two, and then that's how that issue gets resolved. But yeah, like overall, this is going to be a long 2 weeks. And that's really all I can say about it. But,
I forgot to mention it, and that I really like that Horikoshi kept it, that Mina is kind of traumatized by Gigantomachia. That it's not something that just happened and now it's forgotten, but she remembers it and she's still traumatized by it. It's still a shock for her.
Yeah, like that was, because you remember she was like, wow, Kirishima, you took that a lot harder. And then he was like, yeah, I guess I did. But now we get to see that she actually did take it pretty hard too. So like that's it's nice to finally get a context that like pops into her mind.
Yeah, but it's also because I think oftentimes when in these kinds of shows, when you lose the first fight, essentially, or the first time you meet, it's traumatizing and very dangerous. And the second time they meet, it's like they've grown so much stronger, so now this trauma is all gone. But it's not. Yeah, she didn't grow stronger, but she still knows that this guy could kill her, and she remembers the time when she was like, terrified by him.
Not just letting it be a thing that's just handled was honestly like that's one of the things that I really value in Horikoshi's writing, is that trauma doesn't just go away. The same way that like like the same way that like Shoto didn't just magically be able to like use his flames or like get past that right away and just start using them all willy-nilly. And that even as like in a joint training and stuff, it was like boom, like still struggling, still accidentally using your ice more, still doing this, like, so I think it's a really good touch. All right, well, thanks everybody who came through to view. Thanks to you guys that came through to speak. I actually didn't know it was gonna pop off like that on Monday, because I figured a lot of people would be at work or just in general busy.
Work. I don't give a fuck.
I gotta say that's actually a perfect time now. It's great.
But yeah, thanks all of you guys for real. I'll see you guys hopefully next Sunday. I'll have something to do, or at some point throughout this week I'll have content for you guys. I guess
Annika, give me your number, fool, because texting Discord don't work, and fuck Twitter.
Yeah, because Twitter, I have to keep the notifications muted, because anytime you have even like a semi-decent like tweet, or even if you like get into an argument with somebody, then you have to turn off the notifications for the app, or it's sad. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot you my number. All right, thanks everybody that came through. Enjoy yourselves. Oh wait, no, I wasn't gonna do that. And thank you. All right.